Hey ho, how's it going? This is another video in my series, reading old newspapers. Okay, first all, I have to say, I'm sorry if the audio or even the video, but mostly the audio skips and breaks and you miss something because it does that every so often in my videos. My computer sucks. I think the software I'm using is not that good. So if it does that, I'm sorry. I still post it, but it's kind of annoying, but okay, so I have a subscription to newspapers.com and we go through old newspapers and see what happened in the world. Okay, let's get started. Where should we go? United States is where most of the papers are. Let's try something small. Well, there's nothing really small. Las Vegas? They don't have any Las Vegas papers. That's interesting. Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh, stupid me. Okay. Las Vegas, let's see. Las Vegas age. Let's try something earlier. 1940. Let's try April because we're in April. They're only Saturday papers. Saturday, let's try it. 4 pages. We can go through it quick then. Okay, let's do this. I usually try to go through 2 papers. Foot Printers Convention. May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Oh, they got the weather report. Whoops. I wanted to get it bigger actually. The weather report. What's today? The 27th. Why is it after the date? It's in the 90s. Fahrenheit. 80s, 90s. Why are they doing date after the weather? Who cares if it's already Saturday and they're showing the past days? And it's alright anyways. Oh, let's see, look at this. Oh, okay. Nothing really interesting. Mrs. Allen means well attend means will attend Girl Scout conference. Mrs. Allen H. Means of Salt Lake City, Utah, second vice president of the Girl Scout organization, and 5 members of the national staff will attend the Rocky Mountain Regional Conference at Billings, Montana, I guess that is, May 1st to 3rd. They will meet with the adult sponsors of Girl Scouting in this region, which includes Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, Nevada, and Utah. National staff members from New York City who will participate in the program are Mrs. Sybil Gordon Newell, Executive Secretary of the Girl Scout National Field Division, Miss Olda Skorodky, Dramatics Advisor, and Miss Rosabelle Birch, Health and Safety Advisor. Other national staff members will be Mrs. Mary J. Littlefield of Salt Lake City, Director of Girl Scouting in the Rocky Mountain regions, and Miss Marie Aftreif of South St. Paul, Minnesota, director of Hiawatha region comprising Minnesota, North and South Dakota. Well, I didn't know that. That's a long article anyways. Look at you, these things. 10 years ago. Dr. Sonheimer of Long Beach, both former residents of Las Vegas, were greeting old friends and enjoying a visit with Mr. and Mrs. Dave Kramer 10 years ago. Who cares? Oh, look at this. Here we go. Ladies play Keno in our comfortable parlor, starting at 1 p.m. Welcome, play your games, have fun, meet your friends. Any game you wish. Racehorse, Keno, craps, roulette, 21, faro bank, stud poker, pan, Gino, Jingu. I don't know. Wheel of Fortune and other. Open 24 hours a day. The Boulder Club. Beautiful new cocktail bar in Connection. Weekend excursion. First class round trip fare to Los Angeles only $9.87. On sale every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Good returning until following Tuesday. Go by train. Go by train. Avoid the worries and hazards of highway travel. Ride in thorough air-conditioned comfort and arrive rested and refreshed, ready to enjoy yourself to the utmost. Always, in all ways, the train is best. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next page. Ooh, let's go out a bit here. Used cars. McDaniel Goldwyn's first anniversary spotlight bargain sale. This week's special: 1937 Dodge sedan, radio, 6-ply tires, 1940s plates. Original mileage is 20,000. A good clean car, $595. Okay, and the cheapest one is a 1936 Ford Tudor. Motor reconditioned, good tires, seat covers good in first class shape, good paint, $345. Medicine chest and specials on closed out lines. Okay, look at that. Nile. Nile? Nile Regularly 60 cent size, 39 cents. Nile. Cold capsules, regularly 50 cents size, 34 cents. What's this? Nile red liniment, 25 cent size, 16 cents. Oh. Nile Laxative syrup, 25 size. I guess that's 18 cents. It's kind of didn't show right there. Nile salts, 30-cent size, 18 cents. Mead's cod liver oil, ugh, 350 size, $2.29. Nile, Nile Vita tested cod liver oil, $1 size, 59 cents. Look at this. Don't guess about 1940 refrigerator values. Big Six, 6.25 cubic feet, new 1940 Kelvinator, $114.95. Delivered in your kitchen with 5-year protection plan. El Portal Electric Company. El Portal Theater Building. Look at the size. Look at the name. Look at the price. Come in and see it. Full 6.25 cubic foot size. Finished in gleaming Prima Lux outside with porcelain on steel cabinet. Interior chilling tray, automatic light, 84 cube freezing capacity, and many other features. Is powered by the famed Polar Fear sealed unit that uses current less than 20% of the time and has sufficient capacity to keep 5 refrigerators cold under the average household conditions. And it's just one of the amazing values in the new 1940s Kelvinator line's Big 6 and 8 cubic foot models at savings of $30 to $60 compared to last year. See our complete line. Ask for the new book, the 1940 Refrigerator Guide. And there's all this here. Notice of creditors. Okay, let's go to the next page. I think this is the last page of the next page. Restrictions on Nevada highways. What's that? In line with recommendations advanced by the AASHO of Nevada Department of Highways will, in the near future, apply a new and improved type of restricted zone treatment on the major highways of the state, with the initial and test applications scheduled for the Reno-Carson section. This revised method of treating no passing zones is quite simple and should be readily understood and appreciated by the motoring public. Briefly, the treatment will be as follows. The use of an off-color yellow barrier line in the driver's lane over that section of the highway. Vertical or horizontal curves were said driver's sight distance and visibility is restricted. This so-called barrier line will terminate at the point where full visibility is returned to the operator and he is free to pass at such point. The same restriction applies to traffic moving in the opposite direction, i.e., they must stay in the their own lane, as long as the barrier lane appears in the same. In some cases, the visibility or sight distance of both vehicles moving in opposite directions is restricted simultaneously, and in such cases, these barrier lines will overlap. However, the average driver is consistently aware of such dangers and will appreciate this extra precaution method. And then 2, I'll just read 2 here. In order to simplify this new treatment and to assure maximum response, signs will be placed at the beginning and the end of the designated stretch of highway on the initial no passing zone. These will read no passing at the start of the barrier line and passing allowed at the end of the barrier line. When the driver next approaches one of these restricted zones, there should be little difficulty recognizing the pavement markings. Okay. I'll read the whole thing. The chief advantage of this new system of marking is that it affords maximum use of the roadway. This is evidenced by the fact that the barrier line ends at the crest of a vertical curve or at the point of the horizontal curve where the site restriction terminates. In the previous method of treating such zones with double lines, it was soon discovered that drivers were restricted by barriers applying to traffic moving in the opposite direction. That is, they were forced to stay in their own lane until the entire double line treatment ended. This new method eliminates such restriction and provides an opportunity for a more consistent use of both lanes. The Division of Traffic and Safety will be interested in the reaction of the driving public to this improved method of marking and will make special studies in such response during the first 30 days of installation. Palace, always the best show in town. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. A picture the entire family should see. My son, my son. And who is it? Madeline Carroll? Brian Ahern? Lewis Haywood? Something Haywood. Must be a movie theater. And it looks like it's from My Son, My Son is a book made into a movie. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's the last page last page. Okay, let's look at something else. Let's go to Canada because I'm from Canada. And let's do British Columbia. Terrance Standard. 1900s only. It's not that old. In the year 2000. Let's make it 1995. April. Only Wednesday papers. Let's pick the beginning of April. Ooh, 32 pages. Of course, it's not that old, so papers got bigger until they didn't. Terrance Standard. Who's this person? Crime Stoppers Coordinator, RCMP Constable Rose Burpee says the phones are hooked up and police are ready to take anonymous information at 635 tips. I remember the Crime Stoppers is still going on today. Transit ridership figures on the rise. Use it or lose it. That was the warning BC Transit issued last September in the face of rapid declining ridership on local buses. And unless the trend was reversed, the provincially owned transit system said there would be service cuts. Year-end figures suggest the message got across. By December 31st, ridership on the conventional buses had recovered to 89,300, only 350 less than 1993 total. Dave Story, manager of Cross for Coastal Bus Lines, which operates the system here under the contract to BC Transit, also reports an upswing in passengers has carried through into 1995. There's more good news on the financial front as well. Coastal's quote for the first year of its contract pushed Total's costs down $30,000, while the fare increase kept revenues steady. Okay, good. I don't want to read the whole thing. It's not a lot of writing on each page. I'm skipping to stage to 3. There's like 30 pages. House burns. Firefighters haven't determined the cause of the blaze that destroyed the Bill Penner family home in New Remo. Remo or Reno? New Remo, it looks like. March. Nobody was home when firefighters were called at 9:15 a.m. by a passing Lomac trucker. About 22 Terrance and 10 Thornhill firefighters battled the fire for most of the day. Terrance volunteer firefighters Fred Burrows was taken to hospital after a second floor section of burning railing collapsed and landed on his head. Oof. It cracked his helmet and took a chip out of it, said Deputy Fire Chief Rick Owens. Other firefighters pulled a semi-conscious Burrows out of the blazing house. He doesn't remember getting dragged out, noted Owens, who added he was taken by ambulance to Mills Memorial Hospital for treatment and released. Fighting the fire was harder because the tin roof trapped heat inside and kept them from spraying water on the top, he said. The fire spread very rapidly through the interior, which was finished with paneling instead of drywall. Youth violence address. People like to think of Terrance as a sleepy, peaceful town, but issues of violence, in particular youth violence, must be dealt with now, before problems develop, says Mitch Bloomfield, a youth services manager in Burnaby who was here last week. Young people need to be taught how to relate to each other in a peaceful way, without resorting to violence, said Bloomfield. He thinks social skills, such as responsible ways to deal with anger, should be taught in the classroom. Bloomfield has organized high-interest recreation programs in Burnaby and other communities to help take youth off the street. Sometimes his job involves removing barriers such as high cost of recreational activities or even adult-imposed ideas of what teens should be doing with their free time. You have to remember that kids don't want to be programmed to death, Bloomfield said. Sometimes all they want is a place to go. Bloomfield recommends a community should first get everyone working together. The schools, police, community, and social service agencies have to work towards the same goal in order to address the causes of youth violence and how to prevent it, he says. What's this one? Alberta man killed. A 45-year-old Alberta man is dead after a fatal accident while working on a gas line on the Copper River Road. Gary Donald Cozzolo, I can't even say that. Cozzle, 45, of Beaumont, Alberta. Beaumont, Alberta, died Sunday, March 25th, at the Leadcore Industries job site, 37 kilometers up the Copper River. Terrance coroner Jim Lynch said Colville has been using a torch to cut through a 12-inch section of pipe when it exploded unexpectedly. It sprang up and hit him against the truck, causing massive internal as injuries, Lynch said. Koziel is survived by his wife and 2 children. The Workers' Compensation Board is investigating the accident. How do you spell his last? It's K. Yeah, you can see it, right? Koziol. Koziol? Is the I silent? Koziol? 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 I don't know. Go to the next page. Page 5, not the next page. Skipping pages. What the hell? Oh well, time to choose Thornhill. The process of deciding if Thornhill should incorporate, amalgamate, or stay as it is has reached a turning point, says consultant Eugene Lalonde. Last week, Lalonde presented a final draft of his report on the Thornhill government restructure issue, one which includes bottom line projections for taxpayers. With the number crunching done, he told the restructure committee the issue moves into the political arena. Lalonde said it is now up to the committee to make incorporation or an amalgamation as saleable as possible. While urging members to present both fairly, he pointed out that at some point, and in not too distant future, it has to be narrowed down to one option. Predictably, much of the discussion focused on the taxation implications for Thornhillians. David Lane said his feeling was residents did not want to see any increases, therefore wondering if there is some way to make any reorganization tax neutral. Since incorporation or amalgamation would in effect take Thornhill off the province's hands, he said Victoria should be prepared to pay for it. Okay. Then it says incorporations. Gazing into a crystal ball. Incorporation. Thornhill becomes self-governing with its own city hall and limited public works department and a staff of 27 employees. Road maintenance is contracted out. RCMP continues to be based in Terrance, but Thornhill pays costs for 5 members and 1 support staff. New municipality receives one-time provincial incorporation grant, $200 per capita, and operation maintenance grants for 5 years. But amalgamation. New municipality takes in Terrance, Thornhill, Bronze Island, and Airport Bench. Having single council and staff would save more than $400,000 a year compared to incorporation. In short term, additional road maintenance is contracted out. Policing costs rise to 90% from 70% because of population. One-time and road maintenance grants still available. And then they have a bunch of figures. Woof! Projected annual budget, $4 million for the incorporation, $4,600,000 or so. Projected annual budget for the amalgamation, $21,300,000, $400,000 almost. Wonder what they chose. Okay, let's go to the next page. Not another page. Let's go on skipping. Look at this. Raven Air. Learn to fly. Private commercial multi-instrument. Ground school classes begin soon. Open house, Wednesday, April 5th, 7:30 at Terrance Airport Terminal Office. Check out our flight simulator. No obligations. Grand opening. Volkswagen of our new Volkswagen new location. Saturday, April 8th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Home of your Volkswagen and Suzuki dealer. Fishing license fees hiked in new budget. Okay, next page, 9, let's try. Lube, oil, and filter, $29.95. That's pretty expensive still. Oh, it's 1995, so look at this. Local workers gathered at the Pacific National Gas offices on Keith Avenue, March 31st, to protest hiring practices. Lube, oil, and filter for $30. Wow. It's not that cheap, is it? Okay, let's go to another page. Featured homes. The real estate page. How much for a house? Thornhill House and Shop, $94,000. 5340 Mountain Vista, $129,951. Look at this. Featured home. Okay, next page. Not next page, but a new page. Some new page. Advertisements. Community calendar. Wednesday, Terrance Narcotics Anonymous meeting at 7 p.m. at the Women's Resource Center. Also Saturday night at 7:30. Thursday, Living with Cancer support group meets the second and fourth Thursday of every month from 7:30 to 9 p.m. in the Stepping Stone Clubhouse at 3302 Sparks Street. For more information, call Diane. The Healing Circle meets every Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Kermode Friendship Center. Al-Anon. Friday night. Northwest Pacific Festivals. Scholarship night starts at 6:30 p.m. at the REM Lee Theater. Tickets available at Irwin's Jewelers. Huh. music. Gigi's All Night Jam Night is every Sunday, so bring your favorite instrument down to Gigi's at the Terrance Inn. Theater. Running through Society as Azimuth Theater. Counselors will be in attendance and parental guidance is suggested. Showtime at our theater. Cheaper. Nobody's Fool, starring Paul Newman and Jessica Tandy. And at 9:30, the outbreak continues. Okay. Check this something else. Page 17, let's go to. Easter coloring contest. Fun for kids of all ages. Winners will be drawn from three age categories: 6 years and under, 17 years to 9 years, 10 years to 12 years. Bring entries to the Safeway customer service desk. All entries will be displayed at Safeway. Cute. What's this? The Gospel in Bites by Dean Houghton. St. Matthew's Anglican Church. In every generation and in every culture, Christians have sought to spread the message of Jesus in ways that reach the people in every time and place. Here is an attempt at a new language. God, the great programmer and systems engineer, designed, commissioned, and created the sun, the planets, and the galaxies in their course, and this fragile earth, our island land. God formatted the Human Programming Unit, HPU, and installed the HOD, Human Operating System, in ROM in such a way that to get maximum performance and satisfaction, the personal unit must be linked into the human network and into the singular triune divine network, God. God is the only program network that can activate the HOS, the HOS. What's the HOS? Which gives us purpose and eternal maintenance support. The size and speed of the RAM, the smoothness of the interface, the size of the hard drive cannot compensate for this operating requirement of the HOS. No modem is required to upload or download to the creator. Users can interface with the creator as long as the HOD is turned on. Many HPUs spend much of their time uploading requests to the creator for utilities for debugging malfunctions, memory overloads, system crashes, new features, and desired programs. They look only for downloads that match their requests. Anyways, the above column is one in a series of articles from the Terrance Ministerial Association and expresses the views of the author. I'll just read the last paragraph. The most amazing was, and still is, his ability to download and run Resident in any who subscribe to the vision of the ultimate network made known in the Jesus 1 version. This version is still available to all who seek it. Try page 20. Okay, I think that's about it. Oh, there's that guy that did the commercials for Goodyear. The bald guy, Goodyear bald guy. I don't know if you remember him. He did all the Goodyear commercials. Goodyear tires. Okay, let's just skip here. I think I'm going to end this video saying, oh, young girls. Podium Peaks. Peaks gymnasts played host to clubs from far away as Prince George and Richmond at last weekend's invitational meet. Among the home team medal winners was Chelsea Schulmeister, left, and Anna Witkowski, center. It was the first time a Vancouver club has been up here. Peaks. Okay. One more page. Page 30, let's try. Oh, some advertising. Help wanted. Wanted. Three road year apprentice or automotive journeyman for full-line GM dealership. Excellent working environment, full benefits, wage to compensate with experience. Apply in confidence. Sherman GM. 10 good salespeople needed. Must be neat in appearance and self-motivated. Experienced fishing guide required. Jet boat and drift boat experience would be an asset. Some training by employer. Must be qualified in sport fishing in the Terrance area. Morel mushrooms wanted. Looking for a buyer. Please call Canadian Mushroom Company. Okay, it's been 40 minutes. Whew. Okay, that's the video. I could go on forever. You can just go on and go on. But I hope that wasn't too boring. I hope the audio in the video didn't skip out. Okay, signing off. Remember, live your life and see what happens. Go to the washroom. Later.